Hello, everyone. My name is Mmuso Mafisa. I'm the founder of Osumm Media Solutions, right, which is a production company related to electronic media, the broadcasting industry. So I've got quite an extensive background when it comes to photography, videography, and online video editing, right? So I guess my journey started very early because I think I was exposed to the entertainment side of the world quite young, and I think I had a passion for entertainment. And the thing is, I realized that art can be expressed in numerous mediums, right? One of the ways that I sort of broke into the media industry was through photography. I shot for a lot of celebrity artists, and what I saw was that the art space is very saturated with competition, right? We've got iPhones now that shoot better than most cameras. So anyone can technically be seen as a photographer or videographer. So what I found to be important to survive in such a competitive industry is find other ways, right, of developing myself, find other ways of tapping into the market. Then I decided to learn things like videography, and then after that, I found, okay, cool. Now I can shoot stills and videos. What's next? Then, which followed to editing. So there's two kind of editing that I'm familiar with. One called offline and online, right? Online editing and offline. So it's just basically having a rough version of a sequence of a video, and then the online is where you polish it up, where you add your graphics, where you add your music and all of that stuff. And how it started is I was working for individuals, like I'm saying, artists, and my network sort of branched into more of corporates as well. You know, institutions wanted my skills, and the thing is, I wasn't necessarily hired by them, so they contracted me, and I realized, no, man, why not just formalize the skill set, as opposed to just um, getting a job at a time. I started looking at, getting contracts, started getting longer periods of work, which then gave me that no, man, rather start a business, because it's going to get to a point, which I'm trying to do now, is grow the team. I'm looking for opportunities where I can now sort of capacitate younger, kids, people trying to get into this industry but have no idea how to do it. So I think an important thing for people like in my industry, I think it's very crucial for you to constantly learn, to constantly upskill yourself, right? Because it's not like something, let's say, as set as accounting. At 1 plus 1 will be 1 plus 1 for the rest of the world, and but in terms of our industry, you find a new camera coming in the next year. You find new editing software. So it's, you constantly need to have your ground. You need to upskill yourself. Just going to one of the points the guys made earlier on, one of the most things, establishing a company in the entertainment space, is that you need to realize relationships with people are a commodity, right? People are a commodity. You can never do something or achieve something alone. It's very imperative that you strike connections with people that are genuine, right? It's very easy to find yourself in compromising positions where you get a client, you get work, but you don't have the sort of legal documents or contract in place that can protect you when you do work and then a client pays up. So things like that. As an artist, I'm speaking for myself. These are the type of things I had to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? But through constant learning and engaging with other people outside of art, right? Other business owners, other leaders, thought leaders. It's important to kind of tap into how other people operate, how other industries operate. Then you could also basically, steal models and systems and then incorporate them in what your business is doing. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I do. And a new sort of avenue I'm also tackling in my company, sort of a service, is augmented reality, right? So augmented reality designs for marketing strategies, for if you have a company and you want to pitch, people who are in construction might need to display their work in a new innovative way. So that's where I come in. And how my new service works well is that it incorporates all of the already existing disciplines I'm familiar with, from photography to videography to editing. It's like a consolidation of all of that into a new business model, if you want to say. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too deep. I'm sure you have some specific questions you'd like to ask. Let me just use this as well. Okay, so I was saying that it really is important to learn from our failures, right? Um, we learn more when we recontextualize those failures, right? We convert them back into lessons that can help us, move forward. And the only way we can do that is to get your hands dirty. It's to actually get some skin in the game, as they say. One thing I'll do say is that you don't go into business as a professional. You don't go into business knowing exactly um, how everything operates. So just from that standpoint, you must constantly put yourself in a education or learning state, right? Because there's so much to learn. There's so much to take from those experiences that you do learn. Going back to what I had said earlier on, right? For me, I think it was very important that I find people who are already existing or already have companies. Because when let me put it like this: if you put yourself in a room of 9 intelligent people, soon enough you'll be the 10th one, right? Because you're going to learn from those things. And then if you surround yourself with like-minded people, people who are very future orientated as well, right? It's very easy to get caught up in instant gratification. It's very easy to get caught up in the hype of success. Let's say you just landed a big contract. Let's say you just landed a big client. You can get complacent, right? Because you're seeing some profit, you're seeing some growth, but that should not, stop you from wanting to learn, from wanting to learn and improve. I think that the other guy, I wanted to actually tell him, we must talk about that ad that he wants me to shoot in J, because this is what successful businesses do. They network, they engage with other like-minded business owners. People, you can never do it alone. I cannot stress this enough. You can never do it alone. And what we're doing now is phenomenal because we are reshaping the narrative. The narrative has always been, as a black kid, go to school, get a good job, get a you get a family, everything will be fine. No, that doesn't work like that anymore. As a successful business owner, you need to look at things in a macroeconomic sort of perspective. You need to know what major global events are going to affect your industry. I mean, for instance, look at how the pandemic, Corona, and especially level 5, when it happened last year, people in the entertainment industry got hit the hardest, right? Myself included. It is so frustrating because when your business model is kind of designed for a specific industry, and then that industry gets shut down, or that industry gets, placed on ice, what do? Right? The best way to do that is that to constantly learn, to constantly find avenues to reshape, yourself in a business context. Sort of like Bruce Lee said it best, Are, you must be like water. Move like water. Don't be rigid in your thinking. Well, be rigid and relentless in your pursuit for success, right? Don't stop at wanting to be successful, but how you maneuver, how you conduct your business practices may need to change. Your methods of conducting business need to move with the times, right? And then now everything is going digital, everything is going virtual, right? And it's going to be imperative, for all business sort of leaders or people who want to go into any type of industry, especially black young entrepreneurs, have foresight. You must have foresight where a decision based on the next 6 months or the next year. Try and have a vision of the future, because that's how most successful businesses operate. You know what I mean? They foresee and position themselves with how the world moves, and they can see themselves in like 5 to 10 years. So I think that's an important thing to keep in the back of your head, because with us moving and networking the way we do, what's gonna happen is we're gonna build a fundamentally strong network, right, of business owners, black business owners. Then what's that gonna do? It's gonna help precipitate conditions where we are able to employ people, where we're able to upskill people, where you are able to provide an income to someone, to provide an opportunity for them to sustain themselves, to sustain their families. And again, it all circles back to networking. How do we plug in all these different, phenomenal companies and bright minds, like Botabo and KG? How do we connect things outside of our respective industries? Like I'd like at some point be able to assist, maybe create a augmented reality maths class for Tabo. I don't know. These are the type of things we need to be talking about, because in order for us to decolonize wealth redistribution back into our communities, back into the black lives, the marginalized black who doesn't know that the world is changing and doesn't know how to adjust to that change, we need to be those people to help, people adjust to those changes. And a strong network does that.